Everybody, welcome back to the channel. This will be the last week that Chris probably goes on a lot of our grocery hauls with us because he got the job.
Yay.
So I wanted to reach out and talk a little bit about how we do our meat. So we do buy in bulk. This year we did buy an entire cow from a local farm, or half a cow from a local farmer, and so that's how we stocked up on our beef for the year. So I won't be buying any beef for a very long time, unless I find like something crazy like hamburger meat for like $1.99 a pound or something. But some of the ways that we buy pork and chicken and fish is that we go into stores in the morning when the butcher starts to mark down their inventory to get ready for the weekend, or just if something's going bad. So we're gonna run into 2 different grocery stores, check their meat departments, and figure out if there's any sort of meat we can take home at a discount. And so we'll show you that, and then we'll go home, and then I'll show you how we also save it in the freezer so it can last for up to 18 months. See any markdowns here. Guarantee that that's what this section was for. Okay, so I don't see any here. I'm looking at the ham now. One of the things though is if you don't get there early enough, people could go ahead and buy it. But like here would be an example of like what you would see it marked down as. And so I am going to get this ham because it's normally it says $8.99 retail price. And it's marked down to $2.57, and you can freeze it if you're not going to eat it in a couple of days, but if you eat it in a day or two, it'll be fine. But that's just one of the tags to start looking for. So we'll grab that, but I didn't see any on the meat. So either they didn't mark anything down this morning, or someone's already come and got it all. So that's all I'm going to get here, I think. And I'm going to check the bacon. And then after that, we will head to the other store, and I'll show you what you can find here too. Okay, so I did find some sausage marked down to $2.44, and it expires on the 6th. So if you either cook it when you get home or freeze it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this up because Chris has got to have breakfast next week, and that's something I can cook in advance, and then he can just make his lunches or his breakfast in the morning if I don't get up. All right, on to the next store. All right, so that was $5 and a penny for the ham and the sausage. And that wasn't like a great deal, but we needed breakfast meats and sandwich meats, so I still picked it up. If I had already had breakfast meats in the fridge, I probably wouldn't have bothered with that, but we needed it. So yeah, that one wasn't as good. I was hoping to find some like chicken wings or something marked down because we don't have any chicken wings at the house. But so we're gonna head on over to the other grocery store, see what they have. Hopefully find some chicken and some pork, because this is about the only way that I buy meat these days. Like I refuse to pay full price for meat. So once you get your freezer a little bit full and you get like a week or two's worth of meat put back, then you can start doing this too. So I understand if you still have to pay full price, you know, for the first week or two of building up your stockpile or building up your pantry. But as soon as you get like enough food for a week or two, then you just start going into grocery stores. Only buy what's on sale, on clearance, or marked down. And so that's, you know, the best way to do it to save money. Ain't that right? Hot
That's one way
stuff.
to do it.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it, especially with the way that the inflation stuff is going on. And then some people are speculating now that like we're already in a recession, which we've been saying that, but now we're like getting ready to go into another Great Depression. So if we go into another Great Depression, that's gonna suck. It's gonna, you know, you definitely want to make sure that we have our garden beds and stuff set up by spring. Start growing as much as we can, you know. But the signs are there. Just hopefully we can hold off. You know what I'm saying? This was supposed to be a trip of Chris dragging me around to Walmart and Lowe's, but it looks like the tables have turned.
More stores.
Well, I figured while we were in town, I might as well save the gas and just go all at one time. So, all right, so we're going into the other store now. We're gonna see if we aren't too late and to get some marked down meat. Let's go see what they got. Might get some more tomatoes. Where? Ooh. Okay, we'll get a couple of these. And grab 2 of those basil, garlic, oregano ones. That'll be good. There's a Markdown smushed potato. Okay, so here's some Markdown country style ribs. So see, $2.61 for over a pound of meat. So we'll grab these. So there's some ribs for $4.92. See, it gets all the way down. So $3.78. Just 2. I'm gonna grab the cheaper ones. So we'll get this one. We could do some ribs this weekend. I'm gonna leave some behind for other people since we don't have that much freezer space anyways. And then, see, like there's $1.44 for like pork stew bits. I can put this in ham bean soup and have meat in there. So for $1.44 to add meat to our beans, super cheap.
Excuse me, I'm gonna sneak in here.
It's alright. That was a good deal on those ribeyes, but like I said, we have half a cow in the freezer, so nothing over there. A really big hamburger meat stuff. There's some meatballs. I have found like turkey backs Markdown, which is still a good deal, $2.67. That's a lot of meat. I'm not gonna get it, but that is a good deal on some meat. Don't see any Markdown chicken. Oh, there's one. $3.48 a pound for party wings. That's not a good enough deal. Put that back. And then here's some $2.99 a pound. It's an okay deal. Looks like that's what all the chicken's gonna be. I'm gonna get this one though. So thin sliced breast, it's like over a pound for $2.99, $3.71. Putting this one on the boogie. That's what I'm gonna pick up. And we're gonna go check the dairy department, and then we'll check dairy, and then we'll check like where the sausage and bacon is. Every now and then this store marks their milk down. I don't see any, but every now and then you can get like a gallon of milk for like $1.50. And I don't see any. Alright, we are gonna zoom back. Oh yeah, Chris wants some orange juice. Get you some orange juice. Peepaw's gotta have his orange juice. If you don't know, we call Chris Peepaw because our daughter got her own dog, and so we pretend it's like our grand dog, and so I started calling Chris Peepaw. He pretends he hates it, but he really does love it. Alright, let's go check the like bacon and sausage, see if there's anything marked down. Please be some markdowns. I don't see any. Okay, so that's what it would look like in the meat department, or this department when it's marked down, but we don't need those. Every now and then you can find bacon and sausage marked down, or hot dogs. Don't see anything else. Alright, so that trip cost us $34.36. Most of that was that dang orange juice Chris got. Wasn't on my list, wasn't in the budget. That's why I got orange juice trees growing in the yard. You have to wait like 4 more years. Oh, we do got to cover them though if it gets next week, because they're still babies, and we're experimenting with if we can even get them to grow in zone 7B. That's a whole different other topic. But anyways, I did pick up that bacon. I don't know if, I think it showed up in the video, but they had a manager deal where it was like $3.78 per pack of bacon, and it was limit 4 per household, so I got 4. So that was a very, very good deal. So 4 cans of tomatoes, the orange juice, 4 packs of pork, and 4 packs of bacon. ended up being $34.36. So I think that's a pretty good deal, especially for meat. And then I won't hear Chris complaining that the food don't have meat in it. There was like, I don't know if you saw it, it was like pork. They had cut it up to look like stew meat, but it was really just pork chops cut up into little chunks. So I'll just put it in the crock pot when I make that 15 bean soup, and it'll end up shredding and make shredded pork, and then he'll be like, oh, you put meat in the soup this time. So, alright, so there is one more of those Ingalls stores between here and home. So we are going to swing in there and check it out. That's the transfer truck. We are going to swing in there just to see if they have any markdown meats. But one of the biggest tips that I can tell you about that is to do it as early as you can. I know around here it's about 8 o'clock in the morning when the butcher starts to mark down their meat products. So if you get there about 8:30, usually you can start finding them marking it down. But if you wait until after work or later in the afternoon, that stuff's already going to be picked over and it's already going to be gone. So the best days for steaks are on Thursdays and Fridays because they're marking them down in order to put out new fresh steaks for the weekend. So I know we're going to cook steaks on the weekends, I would just go on like a Thursday and see if I can find a couple of marked down ribeyes. Everything's so loud. Alright, we're going to go check out the other Ingalls and see what we can find. I'd really like to get a few more things of chicken. Chicken. He's paying attention to the road, not me. Christopher, this will be the last store. Maybe.
Yeah, this is it.
I'm just kidding. This is the last grocery store before the house anyway. There's nowhere else to go. Sometimes the store marks down their produce, so I'm just gonna zoom through and see, but I don't hardly see any. But we'll check anyways. I usually buy it for, if we're not gonna eat it within like the first day or two, I usually give it to the chickens, but none today. Alright, head to the meat. I lost Chris. There he is. He's way back there. Okay, so this store doesn't usually mark down anything over here. I'm not seeing anything either. Nope, not seeing anything. I do have some steaks marked down, but we do not need them. Alright, there wasn't anything marked down in the pork, but here is some chicken breasts. $3.49 instead of $7.06. So I'm gonna grab these. There's one for $4.20. Leave that for somebody else. So I'll grab this one up this week. And I like these little thin chicken breasts too. So $3.49. I'm gonna grab that one. See, there's a whole bunch of them. Alright, I'm gonna grab 2 of these. Soda pop. Chicken wings. I don't see any chicken wings marked down. I have these thigh fillets. That's not a good enough price. And another thing to look at is when they do like have sales going on, then they mark it down on top of the sale. So if you wait until these thighs go down to $2.98 a pound, then when they mark it down, it'll be $1.98 a pound. So that's when I'll buy thighs. But they have a lot of those thin chicken breasts on clearance. If there's any more for like $3. $3.99. $3.49. $3.75. Alright, I'm gonna grab these. Okay, so we're doing 4 packs of these. And then that still leaves plenty on the shelf if anybody else comes and needs some. Alright, so that's probably all we're gonna do. And that was be our chicken stock up for a little while. Let's see if they mark down anything down here you see? You're gonna put them in the pork. Alright, that's it on that. So we have bacon and a little bit of sausage for your breakfast for 2 weeks. And then I've got meat stocked up now. I think that's everything that we really need to worry with groceries this week. And you got your orange juice. Oh, coffee creamer. Coffee creamer, and then that's it. And we'll go to checkout. Take that back. This store has milk markdown. So there's $1.50, and this can be frozen, and $1.99 fat-free deluxe. If I was canning right now, I would probably buy up this fat-free deluxe and can it. There's some fat-free skim for $1.50. I could freeze it. I'm gonna pass this time, but when I get my kitchen built, I'll be back to canning a lot more, and then we'll start buying these up and we'll can it. All right, grab us some creamer. I had to slow down and stop because that is $1.50 on cheese. So we are gonna do a little stock up on cheese. This thick cut Mexican pizza blend. I'll do one of these, and I'll do one of these. That's a good deal. Nice. Why are some, oh, $2.98 is the bigger ones. That's 16 ounces. So this is actually cheaper to get the bigger ones by 2 cents. All right, so put these back, we'll get the bigger ones. Always check your prices, because sometimes this, just because it's on sale, it doesn't mean that, wait, yeah, 16 ounces. So the cheddar is cheaper to get at $2.98. So these are only 8 ounces. So, I mean, it's, you know, it's only 2 cents, but it's 2 cents I want to keep in my pocket. All right, I'm trying to put all these back. Yeah, so $2.98 for 16 ounces. Boom, grab those. Cheese. Always walk around the whole store. And butter is on a good sale. I'm gonna just grab one for now. So I think it'll go cheaper than that for the holidays. Yeah, look at that. So there are some markdown batteries. Those are good deals on those, like 9 volts. Don't really need any, but I'm gonna pass. But check out your clearance tags. All right, so we did end up getting some batteries because they were $1.50 for an 8-pack of double A's. So always good to have extra batteries on hand. Strawberry cream or something. You like it?
Yep, it's pretty good.
Well, don't drink it all, because if you got your orange juice.
It's half gone.
Probably so. I'll make a drink sometimes, and then like I'll be like, hey Chris, you want a sip of this? And then I'll go back and get me a sip, and it's like there's this much left.
Yeah, I don't want it to go bad though.
He thinks if you let a drink sit for like 5 minutes, it's going bad. I would drink a hot Mountain Dew.
Gross.
But not a hot Dr. Pepper. Oh, random. I saw a video the other day where some lady was talking about for Christmas they make popcorn balls, and then they boil or they warm up Dr. Pepper and put a lemon in it, and put lemon slices in it, and then they serve it in like you would, like, you know, in a mug. I don't know about that, but I want to try it because it sounds, you know, it's one of those things that's probably so weird that it's actually pretty good. Maybe one day we'll try it. All right, so that trip cost us $50.56. Goodness gracious. Wow. So that was those 16 ounces of cheese, so 2 pounds of cheese. The 2 Chobanis, which that is like $10 all in itself. And then I did get the butter, and then we ended up getting a couple packs of batteries, because for $1.57 for 8-pack for double A's, no brainer. And then 6 packs of chicken, And then Chris got him some apples, and then I got me this little soda. They're like $1.98, but they're so good because they're like all natural kombucha. They're very good. All right, so I don't know how much we spent in total, but I think it's probably around $100, you think?
I'd say so.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get this edited, posted. I appreciate it if you're still here at the end. The next video I'll film and put up will be how I preserve all of this stuff and make sure it's not gonna go bad before we get to eat it. So, all right, love y'all. See you later. Bye. Chris, you gotta say goodbye.
Bye.